there, I'm Dr. Amy Chai, and I'm going to start providing you all with free medical information on a YouTube channel. And please bear with me as I work on my technical skills. Today's topic is the coronavirus vaccine. And here I am, it's actually freezing cold here in New England, and people are just starting to get the coronavirus vaccine, and there's a lot of questions that people have about it. So before I get into answering some questions about the coronavirus vaccine, I thought I would just answer the three most basic questions that people tend to have. The first is, well, what are viruses? How do they reproduce? The second question is, how does the mRNA vaccine work? And the third question is, hey, what are my options? Is this right for me? Is this dangerous? Is this bad or scary? And I just want you all to know, yes, I've had both my shots, and I think they're great. But let's just get started with the first question. So, what's a virus? How does it reproduce? Okay? There's a lot of questions about, like, is a virus really alive, or is a virus just a particle? Because the virus can't reproduce alone. The virus needs your body to reproduce. The virus reproduces inside of your cells, and it's kind of creepy. So I'll just go ahead and show you with my own amateurish drawings. Okay? So here we have your happy, happy little cell, smiling, happy cell. And here you have like an evil virus. We'll just call this coronavirus. And this evil virus is getting ready to inject its entire genome into this unsuspecting, innocent cell in your body. Pretty bad, right? Okay. So this next picture is the coronavirus taking over your cellular machinery and creating a virus factory that's making, like, basically a crap ton of RNA, packaging it into new viruses, and basically just stuffing your poor, unfortunate cell filled with new baby viruses. Like, it's pretty grim. And then, did you ever see, like, the movie Alien, where that guy was like, he had that, like, thing inside of his chest, and then boom, the alien, it just like explodes like right out of his chest, and it's pretty gross, right? So this is what happens to your cell. All of those baby viruses, they like get into your cell, and then your cell basically dies, releasing hundreds of new disturbing baby alien creatures inside your body. So that's how a virus reproduces. It takes your cell, it turns it into a virus producing factory, and it explodes your cell, creating hundreds of little baby viruses. Isn't that sweet? It's kind of sweet, actually, because they're actually kind of cute. Like in Charlotte's Web, where you were like, ooh, spiders, and then till you saw Charlotte the spider, and you're like, oh, the spider's so cute. Look at all those spider babies. It's kind of like that, because baby anything is like so cute, but, baby viruses. Cute, right? Okay. So this is my picture. It's not very good. So the second question is, how does an mRNA virus or vaccine work? Excuse me, I misspoke there. Okay, I'm just going to show you like another bad illustration, okay? So let's just imagine that this is the coronavirus. You've all seen these little red spiky things that come out of it, that it's called, corona means crown. It also means spear, but corona means crown, and these red things are like the spiky things, and that's how the virus actually attaches to your cell by means of these little red spiky things. And so here's your cell. Your unfortunate cell is the victim of this attack by the virus. And then the virus injects its entire genome, as well as proteins that surround the genome, into your cell. Now, the coronavirus is an RNA virus, and it has one of the largest genomes of RNA virus. It's a very large genome. It codes for 24 structural proteins, and your cell will actually make all 24 of these different proteins when the virus invades your cell. And then you might die, or you might have some sort of a horrible, like, after effects, like, you know, a lot of people have had strokes, a lot of people have had, like, long-term fatigue, long-term respiratory problems, cardiac problems. That's all from the live virus. And the live virus will inject all of its RNA into your body. And then your body will reproduce and make tons more of this RNA, and it will actually create more of these virus particles. That's your choice for the natural infection, right? Okay, so that's the natural infection. Okay, now over here we have the vaccine. Now the vaccine is a tiny bit of messenger RNA or mRNA, which is a tiny piece of RNA that codes for a single protein. This little bit, it will code for this red protein here only, the spike protein. It doesn't code for any of these other proteins like that I randomly drew, like black or blue or green or orange or whatever. It only codes for one protein, whereas the virus codes for 24 proteins. The vaccine only codes for one protein, the spike protein. So when you're immune to the spike protein, then you shouldn't have the virus be able to attach, you know, onto your cells. So just, you know, looking at these two pictures, it's easy to see which one of these two options might have more long-term effects. When we have long-term effects from viruses or from vaccines, it comes from, a lot of times, from our autoimmunity, where we make an immune reaction against a protein. Now there's only one protein to make an immune reaction against in the vaccine, and there's 24 proteins that you can make an immunity against in the live infection. So that's how we know that this is, you know, safer than that. It's really not even rocket science. I mean rocket science, brain surgery, viral genome, you know, what's the difference, right? So what are your options here? And there are options, okay? Everybody's always got options. So we have three options. The first option is to get a live infection, okay? A live infection. And the live infection will basically, you know, it'll affect your body. It will inject the giant genome into your body. It will make all the viruses reproduce their genomes inside your cell. And you could die. Okay, that's one option. Option one isn't really that great of an option, to be honest. Okay, it's not that great of an option. The other option is to get a vaccine, which you might be allergic to, and it codes for one protein, and it's very, you know, that's it. You'll be immune to, you know, the virus. There is another vaccine coming down the road that has actually it's not a dead virus. It is actually an adenovirus vector. An adenovirus is like an upper respiratory virus that isn't the coronavirus, and it's weakened, and basically it has spike protein on it. And that one is, you know, the AstraZeneca vaccine is coming out that has the dead virus. But I think the mRNA viruses are cleaner and newer and more impressive and amazing and good compared to the like dead virus ones, or the, you know, live weakened virus ones, which you shouldn't have, like if you're pregnant or if you're immune suppressed. This one should be safe for anyone unless they have an allergy to it. So the options that we really have now are, we have the option to get a live virus infection, or where we have 24 proteins that we might have a problem with down the road, or might have long-term consequences of the infection itself. And we have the option of having an mRNA virus, which only has one protein in it. Can't affect your DNA at all because it's RNA. RNA and DNA are different. They're not the same thing. So it won't affect your DNA. And the other option is to basically stay away from everybody forever, wear a mask forever, wear lots of masks, wear 2 masks. Those really are your options. So I will talk to you a little bit more about some of the questions in the next video, which I'm going to make in just a second. So if you have questions about anything that I have just said on this video, go ahead and below put some comments or questions, and I'll try to answer them. And next video is coming up next.